So today we've got two questions, one from Steve and one from Eclipse, all about grip and the importance of it. So I've been thinking, we all need a little bit of a grip check, and in fact this hammer grip check that you can do before every single shot out on the golf course, literally right away, so you feel comfortable with your grip. Look, right, there's no point not feeling comfortable, so just use this. I call it the hammer grip check, and I know you won't have seen this before. Now think of your grip like this. You know when you've got in a golf cart, and sometimes you get in, the steering wheel's straight, but the wheels are pointing to the right, or they could be pointing to the left. Essentially, your steering wheel and your wheels don't match. Hopefully, if it's a brand new car, it does. But think of your grip this way. Your grip is like the steering wheel to your club. It affects direction, it affects strike location, and two big things that I know you want in your golf game: power and consistency. So let me talk you through the hammer grip check, what it means, and then how you can literally take this straight out on the golf course and implement it now. Like if you're playing this afternoon, you can use it. Now to illustrate this hammer, I'm going to use this 2-iron. This is just for my purposes, you don't need this at all. But who remembers these beauties, by the way? We're using an iron because it just looks more like a hammer, and I'm going to turn it from here to upside down. Again, just to illustrate this drill, and it looks more like a hammer. Now, I want you to imagine we've got something on the ground here. Let's say a nail that we're trying to hammer into the ground straight here. Let's start with if your grip is far too strong. Now, strong being our left hand is far too much rotated over to the right. And I mean to the right as what you're seeing here from player cam. So again, I've got my golf club upside down, my hand from player cam rotated far too much to the right. Look now, if I just hinge my wrist up, okay, it's all I'm focusing on, where does the golf club go? It goes out to the side, doesn't it? Bear in mind, all I'm trying to do is take it up. I'm hinging that wrist. Look how my force and power goes on a bit of a diagonal. Okay, so like that. That's me just trying to hinge those wrists. I'm just going straight up and down. But the golf club, because of where my hand is, wants to go on the diagonal. And shots you'd expect to see from here is low, hooky, lack of spin, shots that we don't really want to see. So that is if your golf grip is far too strong. And now let's look if your grip is far too weak. And simply, all I want you to think of a weak grip is now your left hand is rotated far too much to the left-hand side of the golf club. So look at this in player cam, it's rotated far too much to the left. And also from here, I do see people get this in the palm. Now, shots you'd expect to see from here are those horrible, weak, slicey shots. So if that's you, this will give you the confidence that's not going to happen. So look now, right? I've got a weak, palmy grip. Again, my whole idea of this hammer drill is I'm trying to hammer straight up and down. We've seen with the strong grip how it works on diagonal. Look now, how I'm trying to hammer straight up and down, but I can hardly lift that golf club because of my position of my grip. I don't have the leverage. Look, it's really struggle to put any force and really take this club up and down. It's a real struggle, and I'll be honest, really quite uncomfortable, which is not what you want on the golf course, right? Like the conversations that I've had with students is, they go to me, well, how do I make it look so effortless and so simple? Grip is a big thing with this. You can see there how you'd have a distinct lack of power. So what grip do we actually want? Well, we all want a neutral grip, and have a look at this from player cam. I like to see 2.5 knuckles, okay? Again, I've got my golf club straight down like a hammer. We're going to go through my full driver routine very, very shortly. So again, look at this now. I've got the same intention of trying to hinge my wrist up and hammer straight down. Look now how I can do that. Look at the power. Look at the freedom I've got in that. I've even got like a little bit of lag in there, haven't I? So can you see how having this idea, now I can put my intention and motion into practice and work together. Strong, diagonal, weak, hardly get it up. 2.5 knuckles in the fingers, straight up, straight down, with power, and actually in the same spot every single time, because now I can use the weight of that club, and that's confidence, that's power, that's control, that's drives that go straight. So you can see there, these are the 3 examples: strong, weak, neutral. We want to be in that middle one, nice and neutral. Now you saw today that we're answering questions from Steve and a clip. If you're thinking, hey, hang on Alex, I've got a question that I really want to ask you. Well, as long as you subscribed and you've turned the bell, you can do that. But be quick, because right now I'm planning next week's content, so if you want your question to be featured, just make sure you do it on this video. Now, I have 2 options for you here. You could either do this as something you do over the golf ball, or this is something you could do, let's say you were teeing off second on whatever hole it is with whatever club it is, or you're on the fairway and you were second to play. You could do this while your playing partner was taking their shot, but then you just keep your hand on. You keep that left hand on all the time, okay? So what I mean is you could do this work either before it's your turn or when it's your turn. Either way though, this process would be exactly the same. Now, grip your golf club the normal way around. All I want you to do, as you walk into the shot, before you address the golf ball, you're going to take your left hand grip only. Have a look at this on player cam. That is what I want to see. Again, that 2.5 knuckles. All I want you to do is hammer down twice. 1, 2. And make sure there's like a window here where the club just works straight up and straight down. You now know if it's too strong, it works too much on a diagonal. You know if it works too weak on the club, it's really hard to put any force and any power. You don't move the club enough. So you can see why that would get shots to slice and go shorter. Now there's a slight caveat here. If you're trying to hit a little baby draw, you would have a stronger grip, so it might work on a slight diagonal. But what I'm trying to avoid here is having a hooky grip, too strong, okay? Or if your playing partner was teeing off to the side of you here, take your left hand grip, just go 1, 2, before they hit their shot or not during their shot, 1, 2, your grip's done. All you've got to do now is simply walk into your ball when it's your turn. You address your ball, you're good to go. You've already done your hammer. So you do that either before, if you're waiting, or you walk into your shot, 1, 2, yeah, that was straight up and down. Walk in, 1 look to target. And when you've got them matched, it's so much easier to hit the golf ball straighter and where you're aiming. Thank you so much for watching today's tip all on grip. Don't forget, get your questions in if you need help.